Good morning, students. All these days we have been studying about federalism. What is federalism and the key features of federalism. The topic for today is federalism in India. Federalism is a system of government in which powers have been divided between the center and its constituent such as states or provinces. It is an institutional mechanism to accommodate two sets of politics, one at the center or national level, and second at the regional and provincial level. Federal system. There are two types of federations. In a federation system, there are two seats of power that are autonomous in their own spheres. The first one is holding together federation and the second one is coming together federation. So let's see the first one, holding together federation, and what it is. In this type, powers are shared between various constituent parts to accommodate the diversity in the whole country, in the whole entity. Here, powers are generally tilted or distributed towards the central authority. Example, India, Spain and Belgium. And the second type of federation is coming together federation. In this type, independent states come together to form a larger unit. Here, states enjoy more autonomy as compared to the holding together kind of federation. Example, USA, Australia and Switzerland. Features of federal system of India. So the topic of today is federalism in India. So here we go. Features of the federal system of India. Dual government polity, division of powers between various levels, rigidity of constitution, independence judiciary, dual citizenship and bicameralism. All federations might not have all the above features. Some of them may be incorporated depending on what type of federation it is. So federalism in India. India is a federal system but with more tilt towards a unitary system of government. It is sometimes considered a quasi-federal system as it has features of both a federal and a unitary system. Article 1 of the Indian Constitution states India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. The word federation is not mentioned in the Constitution. Elements of federalism were introduced into modern India by the Government of India Act of 1919, which separated powers between the center and the provincial legislatures. Federal features of the Indian Union. Governments at two levels, center and states. Division of powers between the center and states. There are three lists given in the 7th schedule of the Constitution, which gives the subjects each level has jurisdiction in union list, state list and concurrent list. Supremacy of the Constitution. The basic structure of the Constitution is indestructible as laid out by the judiciary. The Constitution is the supreme law in India. Independent judiciary. The Constitution provides for an independent and integrated judiciary. The lower and district courts are at the bottom levels. The high courts are at the state levels, and at the topmost position is the Supreme Court of India. All courts are subordinate to the Supreme Court. We are discussing about federalism in India. So, as stated by the Constitution of India, it is a country of a union of states. Initially, from the beginning, a two-tier government system referred to as the union government was practiced in India. It consisted of central and state governments, and later a third tier of federalism was established in the form of municipalities and panchayats. The Parliament of India cannot alter its power sharing system. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha should approve any changes or modifications with at least 2/3 of the majority. The judiciary looks after the implementation of constitutional procedures and provisions. The Constitution incorporates three lists. They are Union List, State List, and Concurrent List. What makes India a federal country? All the features of the federal system apply to the provisions of the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution is a threefold distribution of legislative powers between the union government and the state governments. The three lists are mentioned below. The first one is Union List. It includes subjects of national importance such as the defense of the country, foreign affairs, banking, communications, and currency. The union government alone can make laws relating to the subjects mentioned in this list. So, as stated above, it includes the subjects of national importance such as defense of the country, foreign affairs, banking, communications, and currency. And second type of list is state list. The first one was union list and second one is state list. It contains subjects of state and local importance such as police, trade, commerce, agriculture, and irrigation. The state governments alone can make laws relating to the subjects mentioned in this list. And the third type of list is concurrent list. It includes subjects of common interest to both the union government as well as the state governments. The list includes education, forest, trade unions, marriage, adoption, and succession. Both the union as well as the state governments can make laws on the subjects mentioned in this list. If the laws conflict with each other, the law made by the union government will be considered. So, in the third type of list, in the concurrent list, it includes education, forest, trade unions, marriage, adoption, and succession. In our next class, we will study how is federalism in India practiced.